Pleased to be back. Hello there. Trade tensions dominated a meeting between the US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Delhi just a few hours ago. Now, the two countries are real at loggerheads over trade as well as the Indian defence deal with Russia. Delhi recently imposed tariffs on some US goods, all in reaction to Washington ending a special tariff-free trade deal that it had with India. Here's what Mr. Pompeo had to say not too long ago, actually.
What we agreed we would do was we'd go work through the problem set. That we'd go, there are tariffs and counter tariffs, and we said we're going to do our best to make sure that all the right people get in all the right places and work through these problem sets so that we can get out of this and get on with the business of growing each of our two economies.
OK, Mike Pompeo there. Nitin Srivastava is from the BBC's Hindi service and joins us from Delhi. Nitin, always good to see you. So, yep, tariffs, Russian war machines all being discussed. Do we know if they actually discussed India's reliance on Iranian oil?
Well, this is something which has been widely expected, and this is something which was long awaited as far as the Indian administration is concerned, because after the US imposed new sanctions on Iran some time back, Indian oil companies had stopped importing oil from Iran. There was no official word from the government because there's no official announcement as such, but it was widely expected that the Indian side will speak to the US side during this visit and then come up with an alternative source of finding oil to import. So yes, Iran has been really high on the agenda. The Indian foreign minister has also spoken about Indian interests in the Persian Gulf without naming Iran per se. But yes, Iran definitely was on the agenda, as you said, the missile deals and the trade.
Does this make the US-India relationship a little trickier because of New Delhi's very well-developed, some will say, very well-developed protectionism, which is usually expressed through red tape, and that prevents a lot of foreign companies from, competing in that 1 billion consumer market? That's a problem, many will say.
Well, some say so. The other argument is that India is one of the largest growing economies, fastest growing economies of the world. As far as the US relationship with India in terms of trade is concerned, US continues to be India's biggest trading partner. There's more than $50 billion of trade. Of course, the US has always sort of accused India of being rigid in terms of tariff and in terms of trade barriers. And it says that India needs to be more relaxed a bit. And it feels that the trade has been in India's favor so far because India imports less and exports more. So yes, there is an issue over that, and that is why the talks are happening.
OK, Nitin Srivastava, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us there live from New Delhi.